Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie break the silence. This one detail changes everything. Something happened last night that sent ripples through the quiet corners of the internet, a moment so subtle yet so charged with possibility that fans across the world paused in their scrolling, hearts racing as they zoomed in on every pixel, every shadow, every unspoken word. It wasn't a grand announcement or a flashy red carpet reveal. No, it was something far more intimate, the kind of detail that whispers secrets in the dead of night, making you question everything you thought you knew about two stars who have danced around the edges of rumor for what feels like an eternity. Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie, those names alone evoke images of stolen glances on set, chemistry that leaps off the screen in dramas like The White Olive Tree, where their characters' fates intertwined in ways that mirrored the whispers surrounding their real lives. But last night, amid the glow of social media feeds, one tiny element emerged that shifted the entire narrative, leaving everyone to wonder, is this the crack in the silence they've so carefully maintained, or just another layer of the mystery? Imagine the scene unfolding in the dim light of a late-night live stream, the kind where celebrities drop in casually, sharing snippets of their world with adoring followers, but always holding back just enough to keep the intrigue alive. Chen Zheyuan appeared on screen, his usual boyish charm intact, that effortless smile that has captivated millions since his breakout roles in Hidden Love and beyond. He chatted about his day, the grueling schedules of filming, the little joys that keep him grounded. But then, without warning, a comment flashed across the chat, a fan's innocent query about Liang Jie, his co-star from Handsome Siblings and now The White Olive Tree, the woman whose on-screen partnerships with him have fueled endless speculation. He paused, just for a fraction of a second longer than usual, his eyes flickering with something unreadable. Was it amusement? Fondness? Or the weight of words he couldn't say? Fans replayed that moment over and over, dissecting the micro-expressions, the way his hand lingered on his phone as if debating a response. And here's where it gets intriguing, he didn't deny anything outright, but he didn't confirm either. Instead, he let out a soft laugh, the kind that echoes in the silence afterward, and moved on. But wait, because that laugh wasn't the detail that changed everything. Oh no, that came later, in a way no one saw coming. As the live stream continued, the chat exploded with theories, hearts, and question marks flooding the screen like a digital storm. Some fans recalled the early days, back when Chen and Liang first crossed paths on the set of Handsome Siblings, where their banter felt too natural, too electric to be purely professional. Media outlets had picked up on it then, publishing articles with headlines that teased without proof, insiders whispering about late-night rehearsals that stretched into dawn, shared meals that lingered longer than necessary. But both stars remained silent, their public personas polished and professional, attending events separately, posting updates that never overlapped. Liang Jie, with her graceful poise and roles in Eternal Love that showcased her depth, would smile in interviews, deflecting questions with elegance, while Chen, the rising heartthrob, focused on his craft, his answers always measured. Yet, the fans, the true detectives in this unfolding drama, kept vigil, piecing together clues from airport sightings, matching accessories glimpsed in photos, even the timing of their social media posts. Could it be coincidence that Liang's Weibo update about a peaceful walk in the park came mere hours after Chen mentioned craving fresh air? Or was it something more, a coded message hidden in plain sight? Now, shift your perspective for a moment to the fans themselves, those dedicated souls huddled in online forums late into the night, sharing screenshots and timelines like archaeologists unearthing ancient artifacts. They've built entire narratives around these two, shipping them under names like Zhanran or Lizan, creating fan edits that blend their drama scenes with imagined real-life moments. But last night, one fan account posted a video clip from an old behind-the-scenes footage, resurfaced at the perfect, or perhaps suspicious, time. In it, Chen Zheyuan is seen reuniting with Liang Jie 6 months after wrapping a project, and there, in grainy resolution, his eyes well up with emotion, a tear escaping as he pulls her into a hug. Should have taken that as a sign, the caption read, and suddenly, the internet ignited. Was this the detail? The one raw, unscripted moment that pierced through the veil of celebrity composure? Viewers, ask yourself, have you ever seen a co-star react that way, with such vulnerability, if it was just friendship? Or does that tear hint at deeper feelings, a silence broken not by words, but by the body's betrayal of the heart? But here's where it gets crazy, because as that clip went viral, racking up millions of views in hours, something else happened that no one anticipated. Liang Jie's social media, usually a serene space of promotional posts and subtle life updates, saw a sudden like from an account linked to Chen's circle, an insider page that rarely interacts. It was on a fan art piece depicting the two of them in a tender embrace from the white olive tree, but with real-life elements woven in, like the Hengdian filming location where rumors say they were spotted together recently. Fans zoomed in, analyzed the timestamp. It happened right after Chen's live stream ended. Coincidence? Or a deliberate signal, a way of breaking the silence without uttering a single word? The media pounced, articles pouring out with titles screaming proof at last, and the tear that tells all, but insiders remained tight-lipped, offering only vague comments about close colleagues and professional respect. Imagine being one of those insiders, privy to the late-night calls, the carefully orchestrated public appearances. Do they know the truth, or are they as in the dark as the rest of us? Let's pause here and consider the emotional whirlwind this creates, the contrast between the chaos of public speculation and the private silences that Chen and Liang must navigate. Picture Liang Jie in her quiet moments, scrolling through the comments, her face illuminated by the phone's glow, feeling the weight of eyes on her every move. She's built a career on portraying strong, enigmatic women, but in real life, how does she handle the intrusion? And Chen, with his youthful energy masking a deeper sensitivity, how does he reconcile the adoration with the isolation it brings? Fans have shared stories of seeing them at events, noting the way their gazes linger just a beat too long, the subtle body language that speaks volumes, a hand brushing an arm, a shared smile that feels exclusive. But last night, that resurfaced tear changed the game, making the silence feel louder, more pregnant with possibility. What if that emotion wasn't just about missing a co-star, but about reuniting with someone who holds a piece of your heart? Or, counter that thought, what if it's all a masterful PR play, designed to keep the buzz alive for their upcoming projects? As the hours ticked by into the early morning, more clues emerged, each one layering on the suspense like fog rolling in over a hidden landscape. A Weibo post from a crew member on the white olive tree hinted at unforgettable reunions with a photo of the set, but cleverly cropped to exclude faces, yet fans swore they recognized Chen's silhouette in the background, and was that Liang's signature scarf draped over a chair? The post was liked by both stars' official accounts, a move so synchronized it couldn't be random. Now, think about the timing. This all aligns with whispers of them filming in Hengdian again, a place steeped in their shared history. Fans who follow their schedules like hawks noted overlapping travel itineraries, flights that could have brought them to the same destination. But wait, because the real twist came when a fan account claimed to have spotted them at a quiet cafe, not posing for photos, but simply talking, heads close together, the world fading around them. No confirmation, of course, just a blurry photo that could be anyone, but the details matched, his familiar cap, her elegant posture. Is this the explosion we've been waiting for, or another red herring in a sea of speculation? Diving deeper into the perspectives, let's hear from the media for a moment, those relentless chroniclers who thrive on the ambiguity. They've covered Chen's rise from model to actor, his roles that blend charm with intensity, and Liang's steady grace in fantasy romances. Articles dissect their interviews, pointing out how Chen deflects personal questions with humor, while Liang offers poetic non-answers that leave room for imagination. One reporter recalled an event where they were seated apart, but their eyes met across the room multiple times. Coincidence, or a silent conversation? And now, with this tearful reunion clip circulating, the narrative shifts. Insiders speculate that the silence was protective, shielding something real from the harsh spotlight. But ask yourself, viewer, if it were you in their shoes, would you break the silence now, or let the mystery linger, feeding the very fandom that sustains your career? The fans, oh, the fans, they're the heartbeat of this story, pulsing with hope and heartache. Online communities buzzed through the night, threads stretching pages long with theories. That tear was real emotion, one wrote, but what if it's platonic? Another countered, no, look at the hug, it lasted too long. Emotional contrasts abound, from the chaos of viral tweets to the private tears shed by shippers who feel invested in this potential love story. Some recall the early rumors from 2023, when paparazzi shots suggested offset dates, only for both to go radio silent. Others point to recent denials from Chen's side, but with a tone that felt half-hearted, like he was protecting rather than refuting. And that like on the fan art? It sent shockwaves, making silence feel like a shout. What if this detail, the tear, the like, the sighting, is the key that unlocks it all? Or is it just another piece in a puzzle designed to never be completed? But here's where it gets even more intense, because as dawn broke, Liang Jie posted a cryptic story on her Instagram, a photo of olive branches, symbolic of peace and perhaps reconciliation, with no caption. Fans linked it immediately to the white olive tree, but also to the idea of mending or revealing. Chen's account remained quiet, but his last post, from days earlier, featured a sunset, the kind that promises new beginnings. Timing, body language, public behavior, all weaving a tapestry of suspense. Imagine the insiders whispering now, debating if this is the moment they finally address the rumors head-on. Media outlets are preparing follow-ups, fans are refreshing feeds obsessively. But you, viewer, what do you think? Is that tear the detail that changes everything, proving the rumors true, or just a moment of human vulnerability amplified by fame? Shifting back to the stars themselves, consider the toll this takes, the constant scrutiny turning every gesture into evidence. Chen, known for his emotional depth in roles, might channel that into his silence, while Liang, with her poised demeanor, uses it as armor. Yet, last night's events feel different, like a turning point where the silence cracks just enough to let light in. Reports from set insiders hint at chemistry that's undeniable, but always with the caveat of professionalism. And that Hingdian sighting? If true, it paints a picture of two people seeking normalcy amid the storm. But wait, because a new rumor emerged this morning, a shared playlist on a music app, songs about longing and reunion. Coincidence? Or another subtle break in the silence? As we delve further, let's explore the emotional waves this creates, the highs of hope crashing against the lows of doubt. Fans share personal stories, how Chen and Liang's on-screen love inspired their own, making the real-life possibility feel personal. Media perspectives add layers, with analysts debating if this is marketing genius or genuine affection. One expert noted, in C Entertainment, silence is often the loudest confirmation. And that tearful reunion, replayed in slow motion, shows Chen's hand lingering on her back, a gesture too tender for mere colleagues. What if this detail exposes the truth they've hidden? Or does it deepen the mystery, leaving us all on the edge?